This guy just went to sleep and somehow woke up as a completely ripped muscle man. He had no clue what was going on, because just yesterday, he was still a 300+ pound fat guy. His bulky, unattractive body had crushed his confidence for years, and even his own parents couldn't stand him, treating him like an outsider. At school, it was even worse. He was always the one people mocked and bullied. But everything changed the moment Jack pushed open that mysterious door. Before all this happened, the ugly-looking Jack was taking a walk, when he happened to see a few thugs harassing a girl on the street. Jack knew stepping in would only get him beaten up, but he still walked over and tried to talk them down. Those guys were obviously not the type you could reason with, and Jack was instantly knocked to the ground. Meanwhile, the girl just stood there coldly, not reacting at all. Luckily, the noise Jack made when falling scared the thugs off. When the girl thanked him as if she meant it, Jack didn't even look back, he just left. He wasn't being timid. It was because his grandpa had raised him to be gentle and kind. But in reality, the people he tried to help always ended up hurting him, and the only person who cared about him, his grandpa, had passed away not long ago. The house in front of him was the only thing his grandpa left behind. To survive, Jack relied on small part-time jobs to earn money. While other students enjoyed carefree school life, Jack was the one everyone pushed aside. Even though things were already bad enough, people still treated him like a punching bag. Even his own siblings, who went to the same school, loved watching him suffer. That day he got beat up the entire afternoon, and because of that, he was late for work and got fired on the spot. That night, Jack was eating instant noodles like always, and the reflection in the broth showed his ugly face. He couldn't accept how unfair life was. In anger, he punched the mirror and shattered it. But when he punched again, the wall suddenly flipped around, revealing a secret room filled with strange items. These items were things his grandpa had collected from another world during his adventures. What caught his attention the most was a huge door in the corner. Jack pushed it open in confusion, and inside was a small room. The moment he stepped in, a system window popped up, informing him he had entered another world. He turned around to check behind the door, and the real world was still there, unchanged. Turns out this door was a gateway to another world, and Jack had become the new owner of this little house. He was still completely baffled, but he noticed this whole setup felt almost exactly like the games he played. He checked his stats right away, only to find every value at rock bottom. Then he noticed a note on the table. Even though he couldn't read the otherworldly language, the system instantly gave him language comprehension. The note said, "This house was left by a saint for whoever fate chose. Now, no one except Jack could enter it." Jack casually picked up a sword, and realized it was the kind of top-tier weapon people would kill for. So he decided to take the weapon outside and have a look around. The outside was strangely quiet. Jack started swinging the sword, to vent all the frustration he'd bottled up from the real world. But with one random swing, he suddenly gained level 1 swordsmanship, and apparently the max level was 10. Feeling that rush of improvement, Jack tried out all the other high-grade weapons too. That's when a raging monster suddenly appeared. Jack was terrified, but then he realized, the monster couldn't enter the house at all. The system said its stats were extremely high, and Jack had never seen anything like it. After hesitating for a long time, he threw the spear he was holding at the monster, and with that casual throw, he killed the supposedly powerful monster instantly. Jack couldn't even believe he'd done that. After defeating it, his level and skill points both shot up, and the monster even dropped all kinds of rare materials. After everything that happened, Jack decided to return to the real world, but as he reached the door, the system notified him that the materials were sold. The loot from that monster had sold for 1.5 million in local currency. Back at home, Jack's genes started changing, and when he woke up, he found himself transformed into a muscular guy. Even the pants he wore yesterday were now way too big, and all the acne on his face had disappeared. Just like that, Jack went from a fat guy to a handsome muscle man. Since he'd smashed the mirror the night before, he couldn't see what he looked like, so he just went to school as usual. On the way, people's whispers confused him. Right after he sat down, the people who used to bully him surrounded his desk, and even students standing outside wanted to see if he was a transfer student. When Jack told them he was the same fat guy from before, the whole class was so shocked they couldn't speak. His brother and sister panicked too, but kept pestering him about what happened. Jack himself was clueless, and rushed to the bathroom to check. Even he was stunned by what he saw, and his comeback was only just beginning. Even Annie, the well-known rich girl from the elite academy, came to invite him personally. Even though Jack had suddenly lost over 200 pounds, Annie recognized him right away. Turns out she was the girl he'd saved on the street that day. To thank him, she invited Jack to attend the top academy. Only then did everyone notice. She was wearing that school's elite uniform. To reassure Jack, Annie even introduced her father, the principal. Her butler also tried to give Jack a thank you gift, but Jack's insecurity still hadn't gone away. While his siblings immediately tried to suck up to her, Annie shut them down instantly, because she'd already looked into how terribly they treated Jack. Before Jack could react, Annie grabbed his hand, and dragged him off to experience the academy for himself. The people who used to bully Jack were all dying with jealousy. The top academy had a huge reputation, gathering elite students from all over the world. Jack had never imagined he'd ever get near a place like this, yet now he was sitting in the principal's office, and the principal, Annie's father, was extremely grateful Jack had saved his daughter, and he appreciated Jack's kindness and willingness to help others. He officially invited Jack to attend the academy for free, put him in the same class as Annie, and even assigned a gentle, beautiful teacher to tutor him. The principal suggested Jack try sitting in on one class first, but because Jack had never been liked since he was young, his insecurity ran deep, so during his self-introduction he was extremely nervous. The whole class stared at him in shock, and Jack thought he'd messed something up again. He had no idea. They were just stunned by how good-looking he was. Even the school's most handsome guy saw him as an idol. The teacher noticed he was uneasy and told him to sit by the window. Since he didn't have any textbooks due to joining at the last minute, the girl next to him offered to share hers. Jack agreed, a bit stiffly. The academy's lessons were lively and impressive, and both the teaching quality and atmosphere blew Jack away. After class, a group of girls surrounded him, all asking the same thing, whether he had a girlfriend. That's when a boy jumped in to help him escape. His name was Johnny, and he enthusiastically became Jack's friend right on the spot. He even brought Jack to the cafeteria. The food there wasn't just delicious and cheap, they even had free meal sets every day. Jack couldn't help thinking, this place was basically heaven. But while he was eating, he felt like someone was staring at him. Turns out, being too handsome really does come with its own problems.